One of the biggest mysteries of life is the question of why am I here? What is my purpose? Many of us are still searching for the answer to that question. So I want to talk about it. How to find your life purpose right here on Optimal Expression. Hello and welcome to Optimal Expression, where we embrace our greatest potential to manifest our wildest dreams. Good people, what is the purpose? What is your purpose? How many of you pondered that question? I know early on my journey, that was one of the biggest questions I had. Why am I here and what is my purpose? Now, those are two different questions and two different answers, because the reason why you're here and your purpose are kind of like two different things, like your purpose while you're here. And if you ask 100 people, you'll probably get 100 different answers. And the reason for that is because nobody can tell you what your purpose is but you. But in this video, I'm hoping to share some thoughts and some tips and some resources that can help you on your way in finding your purpose. One of my favorite books is The Power of Now, in which Eckhart Tolle answers this question. And Eckhart says you have two purposes. You have an inner purpose and an external purpose. Your inner purpose is to be present, which is what his whole message is really about. Presence, being in the moment, understanding that at any given time, the only time is now, the perpetual now. No past, no future, but now. In being present and finding peace and balance in the presence, in the present moment of now, you will then be able to address the external purpose, which is whatever you should be doing here. And that varies for everybody, right? Um, and I agree with that to a certain extent. But one of my favorite quotes to this question is, the best way to find your purpose is to create it. Now, that's the definition that resonates most for me, because I'm all about creation, because we are creators. No way to get around that. You're creating all day, every day. It is in your nature to create because that's who and what you are. And being one with Source, the divine, which is the creative power within the universe, you are a creator. So, how do we get to the point where we are creating our purpose? Well, let's see where we can go from here. Number one, finding your purpose is your journey. As I stated before, nobody else can tell you what your purpose is. Don't go asking anybody, okay? Don't say, hey, what do you think my purpose is? Don't ask mom and them. Don't ask your pops. And definitely don't ask your friends, okay? Because you're going to have to learn a whole lesson in not asking nobody what your journey is before you even get started on that. Don't ask nobody what your purpose is, okay? Because they're going to tell you what they think you should be doing. As a matter of fact, many people are miserable because they have aligned themselves with a purpose that somebody else sees for them. Take a moment, look yourself in the mirror, and be honest with yourself. Are you happy with the current direction of your life? If you are not, understand that the same way you put yourself on that path, on that purpose that you are unhappy with, you can take yourself off of that path and choose another one. And take this present moment to choose it. And if you don't know what that is right now, that's fine. That's your journey. You can find it. One of the ways to find your purpose is, I like to direct you to numerology. I believe numerology can be a great tool in helping us to determine or find what our purpose is. Okay? Um, and one of the greatest ways to use numerology and finding your purpose is to find out what your life path is. Do you know what your life path number is? That's what it's called, the life path number. Okay? For example, I'm a number 11, which is a master number. Not to be bragging, but yeah, you know. Master number 11. I'm an 11. Okay? And um your life path number will tell you, will give you a hint, because the life path number speaks at um, who you are, uh, and your strengths and weaknesses, and it will help. It will help point you in the direction of why are you here and what should you be doing, because it will tell you a lot about yourself and what your strengths and weaknesses are. Okay. So the way to calculate your life path number is, you're going to take your birthday month, your birthday, and the year that you were born, and you're going to add all those numbers up. Okay? So let's just say you were born on December 11th, 2001. Okay? Okay. We'll do it that way. 2001. December 11th. Okay, so December is 1 and 2. You're going to add 1 and 2. It's going to give you 3. Then you're going to add the 11. 1 and 1 is 2. You got 2. Okay, then you're going to add 2001. And when you add all of the numbers in that year, you get the number 3. I'll illustrate this in the picture if I can. Uh, okay, which will leave us, if you're following me, with 3 plus 2 plus 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. That would mean in that example that you are a life path number 8. Okay? And then look up what life path number 8 is. Okay? Google life path number, and you will find how to calculate it. If you couldn't follow me, I hope you could follow me. I'll illustrate it in the video if I can. But look up life path number. It shows you how to calculate it, and then it also shows you how to derive the meaning of that number, and it will give you an idea of your life path and your purpose. Another resource that I like to use in determining life purpose is astrology. Um, Now, I know most people know their sun sign. For example, I'm a Scorpio. What's your sign? That can give you a hint, but that's just like the tip of the iceberg. Let's go a little deeper, okay? There's more than your sun sign. You have a moon sign, and you have a sign for every planet in the solar system, okay? And these planets and their position have a profound effect on who you are and why you're here, okay? And it's very interesting. It's a great part of your spiritual journey to know what your natal chart is. So go to astralcafe.com and put in your information. It's going to ask for your birthday, things of that nature. And put in your information and get a free natal chart, okay? It breaks down the position of the planets and the signs that they were in on the day and time you were born, okay? This is a huge, huge insight on who you are, okay? And I know for myself, earlier in my journey, when I first did that, it really helped me find myself and find my purpose as well. So I'm pretty sure it can be very helpful for you. It's astralcafe.com. It's free. Put in your info and that can help you find your life purpose. Okay. Um, Beyond that, I know a lot of people say things like, "Well, what are you passionate about? What are you passionate about?" Answer that question. What are you passionate about? What really makes you tick? What do you love to do? Do you love to help people? Do you like to be by yourself? How do you like to contribute? One question I like to ask is, in a perfect world, if you didn't have to worry about money, if you didn't have to worry about what your mom and them said, well, baby, I think you just need to go on down there to the post office. They always hiring, right? Get you a good job. 9 to 5, how you walking up and down the blocks all day, right? Hey, if you love to walk and you like mail, maybe that's your purpose. I ain't tripping on you for that, okay? But what makes you tick? What's your passion, right? If you could do anything and not have to worry about money, would you paint all day? Would you make music? Would you counsel people? Answer that question. That could be a step in the right direction, okay? But understand that your purpose is your journey, and it's up to you to find out what it is. And you'll know that you have found your purpose because peace comes with it. If you are not at peace with what you're doing with your life right now, you have not found your purpose. But peace comes with your purpose. And that's a good sign in knowing you're on the right track when you're at peace. If you're not at peace, we still got some searching to do. Searching, searching, searching. Anyway, I always wanted to be an R&B singer. Not quite my passion. Definitely ain't my purpose because I wasn't given the voice for it. But I'm going to sing anyway. All right, moving right along, okay? So to wrap this thing up, the biggest tip that I can give you, and I'm being purposely redundant here because I know I have stated this same process on numerous things and different topics, right? But the best way to find your purpose, in my opinion, okay, is to attract it. Employ the power of your imagination because everything that exists first started in the imagination. And when you're trying to find your purpose, the best way sometimes to find it is to attract it to you. And when you use your imagination to find your purpose, it will definitely come to you. Okay, this is ironclad. Use your imagination for whatever you want to do. Okay, I'm being purposely redundant. You're going to hear this from me time and time and time again until you do it. Use your imagination. And the way you would use your imagination to find your purpose is to, once again, before you fall asleep, imagine what it would feel like if you knew exactly what it would feel like to walk in your purpose, to know your purpose. What would it feel like if you were doing what you were sent here to do, right? Imagine that. Imagine feeling so good that you have finally found it, that you got it, that you know what it is, okay? And then imagine yourself telling a close friend or a relative or a loved one that you got it. And imagine that loved one congratulating you on finding it. Concentrate on the feeling of accomplishment. The feeling of, I got it now. And it might take you a while to even find that feeling. But continue to work with it until you get it. And when you get it, as you fall asleep, give thanks and gratitude for knowing what your purpose is and having the opportunity to walk in it. Same thing as you wake up first thing in the morning, start off with an affirmation of gratitude that you have found your purpose and that you are walking in it, and feel the feelings of finally knowing your purpose. Feel the accomplishment of crossing the finish line and knowing what it is you should be doing. And once again, have that inner dialogue, that conversation with someone that verifies that it's happened. Okay? Now, once again, the subconscious mind does not know the difference between what we consider reality and imagination. It's all the same to the subconscious mind. Okay? And doing this exercise as you fall asleep and as you wake up, doing this exercise will impress the subconscious mind. And by law, it will attract to you whatever it is you're impressing upon it as you go to sleep and as you wake up. So practice the feeling of having it, even though you don't know what it is. You don't know what it is, but imagine that you do. And practice the feeling of knowing, and that will bring it to you every time, without fail. It might take some practice, but if you work with it diligently, you will see results. Okay? So, as we wrap this up, let's do a little recap. The best way to find your purpose is to create it. Okay? It's up to you. You're a creator by nature. Find your purpose within you by creating what it is. What do you love to do? What are you passionate about? Understand that it's your journey and it's nobody else's business. Nobody can tell you what your purpose is. Okay? Employ the resource of numerology. Find out what your life path number is. Employ the resources of astrology. Do your natal chart. And employ the power of your imagination as you fall asleep or as you wake up in the morning, or as I do it whenever I'm using my imagination. I meditate and I get still and I imagine. Okay, so find a way to use your imagination, okay, and imagine what it feels like to know your purpose. And without fail, it's law. It will come to you. I hope this message resonated with you. Please remember to like and subscribe. Share these videos with your loved ones. And I'll see you here next time on Optimal Expression. Peace and love.